Why South Africans should buy gold, silver, Bitcoin, and get into debt. If you believe the rand will continue to get weaker, here's how you can take advantage of that and keep your buying power. This goes deeper than just holding your buying power. I have serious worries about the rand and its future. There's massive inflation coming and we're starting to see it already. This video might just help you be able to provide for your kids and your parents in times where the rest of the country suffers a serious crisis. Here are the same two charts of gold, one in US dollars and one in rands. Big difference, right? Because the rand has got weaker against the dollar, you'll see that the price of gold went up where gold went down against the dollar. Here are two charts of Bitcoin, one in US dollars and one in ZAR. You'll notice that we've already hit an all-time high, whereas Bitcoin dollar chart is yet to do so. Here are two charts of silver. Here are two charts of oil. And the list could go on. The world used to be on a gold standard up until the 1970s. What I mean by that is gold used to be money. It became so difficult to transact in gold and make change. So what we did is create a receipt of this gold. And we started transacting with these receipts and have the actual gold sit in a bank. Today, we're on a dollar standard, where every country measures the strength of its currency against the dollar. And what standard is the dollar on, you might ask? Absolutely nothing. Because our money isn't backed by anything, our central banks are able to create money out of thin air and create national debt. Where did you think the 500 billion rand coronavirus money came from? The Eskom and the SAA bailouts came from? Savings? Taxes? This is what causes inflation and a weaker rand. Our national debt is currently over 3.5 trillion rand. Take a moment to comprehend all those zeros. Now to the good part, how you can take advantage of our banks and governments fuck up. First is holding your buying power. Second is taking advantage with debt. And I'll save the Bitcoin one for last. I just need to change your perspective real quick. You'll need to understand this. Real things like gold, silver, oil, beef, natural gas, and other commodities are all the same price all over the world. And the value of these don't change. We just have to pay different amounts in currency because some currencies are weaker or stronger than others. Because the rand will continue to get weaker and weaker, it will take more and more rands to buy these. Here is a real example. Silver price is $20 per ounce. The exchange rate is 10 rand to $1. So you buy 1 ounce of silver for 200 rand. The rand gets weaker and is now 15 rand to $1, and your 1 ounce silver coin is now worth 300 rand. Please realize that you didn't make a profit here. You simply held your buying power instead of holding weaker rands. You can now take your silver ounce and sell it for $20 or 300 rand. This is why some say gold and silver is God's money, because it is a true store of value. Now, why am I telling you to get into debt? This is where the take advantage part comes in. Debt is a beautiful thing and it can truly make you very wealthy. Once you understand it, you will want to get into as much debt as you can, as early as possible. Understanding debt and compounding is where you might come to realize that it's actually very easy to make money once you have money. One way to take advantage of debt and effectively short the rand is to invest it into an asset. People do this all the time in real estate and business. Here's a few examples. Number 1, you buy a 4-bedroom house for 5 million rand with a loan, and your repayment is 20,000 rand a month for 30 years. Time passes, the rand weakens, and inflation hits. Your home's value is now 12 million rand, and your son is paying 20,000 a month for a 2-bedroom apartment. You had also bought a rental property with a loan, and your 8,000 Rand rent you were receiving wasn't covering your 9,000 Rand bond and levies. Time passes, the Rand weakens, and inflation hits. You're now getting 17,000 Rand rent and paying 9,000 Rand to the bond, which will likely be paid off very soon. Example number 3. You buy shares in a tomato sauce company. They took a loan to expand the business nationwide and now have huge corporate debt. They're earning 100,000 Rand a month, and the monthly repayment on their debt is 80,000 a month. Time passes, the Rand weakens, and inflation hits. Business hasn't even expanded, but their tomato sauce product prices increased over time with inflation. They now earn 250,000 a month, and their debt repayment is still 80,000 a month. And that's a bad business, by the way. Not only can you use debt to get rich, you can use it to multiply those riches and create wealth and generational wealth. The more credit you have access to, the larger the deals you can do. Now, Bitcoin. I never liked this one until more recent times. Bitcoin is just like gold, and with a limited supply and absolutely nothing stopping it, I've come to realize that it will one day be a universal store of value. And in time, you will all realize this too. I also love Bitcoin as a South African using rands. The cryptocurrency fight is between the dollar and Bitcoin, and not with the rand. As long as we see the gap between 1 Rand and $1 continue to get wider, you will want to have Bitcoin. We have seen this happen with gold itself, where the dollar has strengthened and took the price of gold way down for years. But in South Africa, all we saw was gold going up and only up. Investing for the long term is a hard journey, full of emotion. I like to remember that as long as you're not long on currency, you'll do good.